I am excited to be showing you the PCA ACA 2016 conference app. We're really excited to roll this out to you this year. We believe it'll provide tremendous value to your on-site experience, and it is very easy to use, as you will see from this demonstration. So for the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download the app into your device. In my case, I'm going to click into the App Store, and I'm going to search for PCA. And within the Apple App Store, it'll be about the 7th listing, so we're going to scroll down until we see it, and there it is. And then we're going to want to download it into our device. Obviously, I already have this app on my phone, so my option is open. However, if you are just downloading the device, the widget will say get or download. Once we have it downloaded into our device, we're going to want to click into the app itself. And upon loading, you'll see a variety of different widgets. The first widget that I suggest you look into is going to be the schedule. When we go into the schedule, it will default to a calendar view of the various sessions taking place during the day. So we can scroll down and see different sessions that are available during different time blocks. We can scroll across and see the different subject areas available. Also on the bottom, we can toggle between days to see the different sessions available throughout the conference journey. And if one session piques our interest, we can certainly click into it. I'm going to be clicking into 1209. And once I do so, I'm going to be able to see all the relevant information that is associated with the session. So for instance, the time, the location, so the meeting room that the session is taking place in, the subject area, any description information that has been given by your conference organizers. We can go into the speakers and see the different speakers or panelists that are going to be at this session. And then of course papers, any papers that are being discussed or presented upon. So if the session looks good to me, I'm going to go to the bottom of my screen and click the little calendar widget, and it'll ask me if I want to add it to my agenda. I'm going to say yes, but perhaps I got some happy fingers and didn't really mean to say yes to adding this to my agenda. Easy to remove from your agenda. Simply click on the calendar again, and it'll offer you the option to remove from agenda. We're going to go back into the schedule. Say for instance you don't like this calendar view. Say for instance the information is best digested in a list view. That's easy to see too. We can click on this widget on the top left corner, and we will get a list that can be viewable by time or by subject area. Again, we can toggle between the different dates within the conference. And again, we can click into any session, see the relevant information, and add it to our agenda. Now we're going to go back to the schedule again, and we're going to go back into the calendar view by clicking this widget on the top right-hand portion of our screen. From here, we can do two different things. We can go back to the home screen and look into other conference information, or we can preview our own agenda by clicking this widget on the top right-hand corner. Once again, this will give us a list by calendar view, and we can go back into the sessions that we already chose, and we can see some more information again. We can remove it from our agenda if we so choose to do so by clicking the calendar widget on the bottom. And we can also take some notes, and any notes that we do put into these sessions we can view later. We can download them onto our computers. We can send them via email. So we do have a lot of attendees who choose to take their session notes within their device, as it's easier to keep track of than, say, paper. So we're going to go back into the session details, back into the agenda, back into the schedule, and then we're going to go home because we're pretty much done with clicking through our sessions and developing our own personal agenda. Now we can go into speakers if we so choose to do so. We can get some information about the various speakers that are speaking at the event. We can search by different keywords or names. So for instance, say I remember that there's a speaker at this event named Brendan, but I don't remember exactly what his last name was or where he's speaking at. I can quickly search for him and see where he's either speaking or where he is a panel at. Once we're done with the speaker widget, we can move on to different portions of the app which will allow us to engage further within the conference or collect information that is necessary. The next place I would go is to the maps, just to get an overall view of, say, the floor plan of the venue. This will be important when developing out your own personal schedule. You're going to want to know where each meeting room is, each session, where each session is located in relation to where you've been or where you're going. So this in-app map will be very valuable in getting that information and determining where you need to go. Once I'm done looking at the maps, I can look into networking. Say I want to view a list of everyone who is going to be attending the event, or maybe I met someone on site. We had some coffee, but I forgot. Maybe I forgot his or her last name, and I want to get some more information about them. I can quickly go into a search function and find out, for instance, can find out who I may have missed a connection with. I can go into their profile and see any details that they have already uploaded into their own personal profile. If they uploaded a photo, I can see a photo of them. Down below, I can take some notes. I can add them to my favorites. Maybe I want to remind myself to look up information about said attendee later. I can message them. So say I want to send a quick message such as, hey, we should meet for coffee again. I can certainly do so. I can schedule a meeting with them, and the cool thing about our meeting function is that it will actually look for dates and time slots that are available for both the recipient and yourself. So say for instance, I want to meet with Brendan on Wednesday the 23rd. It will cross-reference any other meetings or any sessions that I've signed up for, and will offer me some available slots that I can send over to Brendan. Of course, I can put in any meeting location information. I can also send a message with the meeting request. If we don't know exactly who we may want to network with, we can certainly go into a list of everyone at the event and scroll through and certainly click on any profiles that may be interesting to us. So we're going to go back again. This profile button on the top right hand screen, I will point this out as well. This is where you can build out your own individual profile. You can enable or disable networking. So if you don't want people sending you messages or sending you meeting invites, you can certainly disable that function. You can upload a photo of yourself to make it more recognizable to some attendees or missed connections. You can fill out some details, either of yourself or what you do, certainly a short biography, or any contact details such as website, email, Facebook, Twitter, so on and so forth. So after you're done with the networking function, perhaps you want to get some more information about the conference itself. We have 3 different widgets here that will show you some information related to different events within the event, so to speak. So for the conference widget, you'll get some basic information such as exhibitor table, locations and timeframes, and of course registration desk hours. You can click into any one of these different widgets here and get the information that is important to the event. For special events, we have ceremonies, film screenings, get-togethers, and meetings. Once again, you can click into whichever widget you so desire and get, once again, different information about the special event, what time it's occurring, as well as where it is occurring. And then the awards ceremonies will give some information about the awards given out, the recipients, as well as information about the award and the recipient, and then of course which when the award ceremony is taking place and where. The social feeds widget will link you into any updates from the PCA ACA Twitter handle as well as Facebook. If we want to say perhaps tweet or Facebook the conference, we can do so easily. I do not have my Twitter enabled within the app, however, it is very easy to do so. Once we're done with that, we can actually go into this widget over here, which is My PCA 2016. This is going to be most beneficial to you when you're on site. So before the event or in the beginning stages of the event, obviously going through each of these different widgets will be helpful. However, when you're actually favoriting things, messaging speakers or messaging attendees, after all of that has been completed, we can go into this widget and it'll actually give us a quick dashboard where we can access things such as our inbox, so any information or messages, meeting confirmations, so on and so forth we can see here, as well as alerts from the conference organizers, any push notifications, so on. Going back into my event, we can look into my agenda again. We can see the different agenda items that we have selected for the different days. If, for instance, our schedule gets blocked during a session that we originally had planned to go to, we can go into the session again and we can easily remove it from our personal agenda. Going back into my event again, we can see the favorite speakers or favorite visitors. So for instance, if you did select different attendees or different speakers as favorites to perhaps look up information about later, these will be viewable within any of these widgets. Sorry for that. Any notes that we've taken during the event will also be available here as well. And then a cool little feature up at the right hand corner will be the option to send perhaps your agenda or your notes to yourself, or perhaps if you want to share your agenda with someone else, a friend or a colleague who's attending this conference, you can certainly do so here. Just enter in their email address and forward them on your agenda. And if you wanted to email it to yourself, for instance. Say I want to add my agenda and my notes so that I can have those have easy access to those on a different device or laptop. And then from there, you're just going to be enjoying the on-site experience through the assistance of this app. So again, if you need to go into different sessions and get more information while you're on site, you can certainly do that very easily. Once again, anytime you click into a session, you can see the information, location, speakers, papers being discussed, and you can easily add it as your time allows. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you for taking part in this new experience, this mobile on-site experience. I'm very confident that you will enjoy this, and it will offer you tremendous value in getting the information you need on site. Thanks.